Immanuel Kant, a German philosopher who lived in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, is known for his moral philosophy, which is based on the idea that there are certain moral duties and obligations that we have as rational beings. He argued that the moral law is universal and applies to all people, regardless of their cultural or individual differences. One of the most important tenets of Kant's moral philosophy in his published book, Groundwork of the Metaphysics of Morals, in 1785, is the concept of the categorical imperative, that it is a moral rule that we must follow simply because it is the right thing to do, regardless of personal benefit or consequence. This principle is based on the idea that we should treat other people with respect and dignity, and always act in such a way that they are treated as an end in themselves, and not as a means to an end. It is important to note that Kant believed that the moral law is universal and applies to all human beings, regardless of their cultural or individual differences. In Kant's view, our moral duties and obligations as rational beings arise from the fact that we are rational beings. He argued that we have a moral duty to use our reason to determine what is right and wrong, and to act in accordance with this understanding. This means that we should not allow our desires or emotions to cloud our judgment when it comes to moral decision-making, but rather should strive to act in accordance with reason and the moral law. Similarly, the Quran, which is the holy scripture of Islam, also emphasizes the importance of acting in accordance with moral principles. It teaches that there is one God who is the source of all morality, and that we should seek to live in accordance with His teachings and guidance, as stated in the Quran, chapter 49, verse 13. The Quran emphasizes the importance of treating others with kindness, compassion, and fairness, chapter 2, verse 177. And it encourages believers to follow a path of righteousness and to avoid actions that are harmful or unjust, chapter 6, verse 152. Like Kant, the Quran suggests that there is a universal moral law that applies to all people, regardless of their cultural or individual differences. The Quran also emphasizes the importance of using reason and critical thinking in moral decision-making. It encourages believers to seek guidance and understanding from God through prayer and reflection, chapter 2, verse 186, and to think critically about their actions and the consequences of those actions. In this way, the Quran encourages believers to use their reason and judgment to determine what is right and wrong, and to act in accordance with these principles. In both Kant's philosophy and the teachings of the Quran, morality is seen as an essential part of being a good person and living a fulfilling life. Both Kant and the Quran encourage us to think critically about our actions and to consider their moral implications, and they provide guidance on how we should behave in order to live in accordance with the highest principles of morality. Overall, while there are certainly some differences between the moral philosophy of Immanuel Kant and the teachings of the Quran, there are also many similarities in the way that they approach the subject of morality and its importance in guiding our actions and shaping our character. Both Kant and the Quran emphasize the importance of treating others with respect and acting in accordance with moral principles, even if it may not bring any personal gain or have consequences. Both also place a strong emphasis on the importance of reason and critical thinking in moral decision-making. These similarities suggest that there are fundamental principles of morality that apply to all people, regardless of their cultural or individual differences. It is important to note that the Quran is a religious text, and Immanuel Kant's moral philosophy is based on secular principles. However, in the context of discussing universal morality, it is interesting to see that there is an alignment between the two. The Quran offers valuable insights into the nature of morality and how to strive to live in accordance with it, and it is notable that another philosopher, Immanuel Kant, holds similar views.